We have a set of exercises for rotation A, which is week 1, rotation B, which is week 2, and we repeat those. Our goal every time we get back to our rotation is to make some kind of improvement, either in weight, reps, control, time under tension. Every week there's a goal. And we stick with these same set of exercises for our entire training block. So this week we got single arm lat pull downs. You don't need a bunch of HIIT exercises to develop your body. Trust me. Oosh. Oosh. Ooh. 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 Hey. Ooh. 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 12 on that side, 12 on this side. And my goal is to feel my lat working. I position myself, keep that shoulder down, so my lat works the entire time. Ooh. And when you're done, track your weight. So the next time you come in, you know you either need to increase the weight, you need to increase your rep range, or establish better control within the weight within your rep range. I increase my weight with the same goal. I don't ever overcompensate the movement and the exercise for weight, but I want to make sure I'm challenging myself each set. Oh, that's super light. There we go. Had to adjust that weight to mine. Oh. Oh. Hey. Oh. 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 Hey. Oh. 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 Notice how I spend time at the contraction point. Don't try to go at my tempo. I'm a pro. I've been doing this for 15 years. I know how I need to position myself. I know how I need to hold my body to execute my movements, but at the same time, pay attention to how I get a stretch, and I spend time in that contraction point here. I don't allow myself to just come down and not allow my muscles to feel the tension. And I'm squeezing. Oh. 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 Hey. Oh. 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 You execute the movement right. You don't need a bunch of sets and a bunch of reps. The goal is to learn how to utilize all your muscle fibers, every rep, every set, so that you're not in here for 2 hours just exercising. We're training. Last set here. And typically, you know, in my training program, first couple of exercises are primers. Getting blood into the muscle. But we still want to execute and get stronger in the exercise, but it's not a rush. Oh. Exercise 1 down. All right, chest assisted T-bar row is next. 10 to 12 reps. This is chest assisted. We use this pad. We don't pull away from the pad. Think of pulling yourself into the pad, keeping the shoulders down, squeezing your back. I use these wrist wraps so that I'm not holding tension in my hands and my forearms. I want all the tension in my back. I don't need my wraps for this first set. This weight's not that heavy. Oh. Oh. Hey. Oh. 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 Again, notice how I'm not using my body to move the weight. I'm spending time in that contraction. I'm allowing my body to feel the stretch and the squeeze. It forces more time under tension. It makes the exercise much more difficult, but I'm not a weightlifter. I don't want to just move the weight. I want my muscles to move the weight. So I get strong by default. I continue to grow and build. You know, you don't have to do a whole bunch of weight. You want to connect. Same thing. 10 to 12. Using this pad to pull myself in, not using my body to move the weight. We don't want to do that. I did all the wrong shit and learned how to do things properly so you all don't bump your head. You'll notice when I'm training, once I start to feel the fatigue, I've conditioned my body to remain poised and not try to speed up just to get the reps. I will perform the exercise to the maximum range of motion I can get, allowing my muscles to feel the failure when that happens. Not herking and jerking, just trying to get the weight. That shit looks cool on the net, but it don't serve no purpose. Same thing. The weight is heavier, but we don't ever overcompensate form and technique for the weight or for reps. When you learn that, you'll have more goals every time you come into the gym. A lot of times people do shit too fast. They move too fast. You always want to leave room in your training block for improvement. So if for you guys, it's 8 weeks. Me as a professional, I train 16 to 20 weeks. I give myself deloads in between, but the goal is to make progress every time you come back to that exercise. whether it's adding on an extra 5 pounds, an extra rep or extra 2 reps, or better control with time under tension. There's always room for improvement. So look, you see what I did, Kayla? I use my fingers, Kayla. See, I put it underneath and then I wrap it, right? Then I twist it, wrap it underneath, and then I twist it and it tightens. Man, they about to find your body listening to that 3-6 Mafia. Yep. Ooh. 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 So those last 2 reps, I won't necessarily count them in my log. I'll put a star in there at 10, so I know I need to clean my reps up and get those last 2 next time I come back, and it should look and feel much easier. All right, so on the training program, I got dumbbell pullovers, which I don't really get a good connection with those as I thought. So I'm going to go to cable pull-throughs. My goal is to target my lats. It's a row. It's a different variation of a row. At my gym Powerhouse, we have a plate-loaded pullover machine, which I pretty much prefer. So when I'm at my gym, I'll use that. But again, you're not always going to have the same equipment from gym to gym. So sometimes you want to have alternative exercises, and this is just one to specifically target my lats. But it's a pull through, so I want to feel this stretch. I want to keep my arms fairly straight, and I want to keep my shoulders down and drive my elbows back and squeeze. I'm going to feel my lats working to create thickness and better development in my lats. Notice that I'm slightly bending my elbows as I pull back. I'm spending time in that contraction, and my lower lats are on fire. Oh. 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 Making another adjustment in the training because I was training at Planet, kind of limited to the equipment that you have there, so I was doing a lot of dumbbell exercises, but I want another compound row. We're going to use the Smith machine. I like to use the Smith machine because it's on a fixed path, and it allows me to really target and isolate my back, which I want to do. I'm using a platform so that I get better range of motion on the stretch instead of just standing on the floor, because you're kind of limited with the range of motion of a Smith machine. I'm a professional, so I'm really good at shit like this. So just take my advice. If you're in a place like this and you want to utilize a Smith machine, I used to be an ignorant dude in the gym who felt like using a Smith machine was being a bitch, being a pussy. It's really not. The more I've educated myself and learned in regards to building muscle and training, the Smith machine is actually going to be one of your best friends in the gym, because you don't have to balance the weight. It literally allows you to isolate whatever muscle you're trying to train. So you'll see me use this on back day, leg day, and push day. Because I'm a pro now and I don't really care about squatting 500, benching 500. Y'all got all that. All y'all Instagram influencers, y'all got all that. But my goal is to stay bent over, not using my body to move the weight. Oosh. Ooh. 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 All right, same thing. My goal is to use my back to lift the weight, not my body. Bodybuilding is a skill. It's gonna take you some time to learn your sweet spots, where to position yourself, to have the poise to control your body within a set. But these are all things that I'm gonna teach you throughout my training program moving forward. You know, the older you get, these are more sustainable exercises. Now, if you wanna come in here and do hit work exercises every motherfucking day, be my guest. But that ain't what I'm gonna do. That at some point, your body gets burned out from that shit. But to come into the gym 3 times a week, 4 times a week consistently, that is very, very realistic. And I'm gonna use my wraps this time so that I don't have to focus on my grip as much, and I can allow my back to do the work because the weight is much heavier. A couple more exercises. Knocking heads off. We knocking heads off. We knocking heads off. Motherfucking heads off. That was tough, guy. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, my back is tapped. It's good. My back right now, I can feel, is extremely filled with blood. So instead of trying to increase the weight and have sloppy reps, I'm gonna decrease my weight so that I can really enhance my stretch and my contraction, because I train for development and growth, not my ego. And I don't really care what anybody thinks about how much weight I'm training, because when I take my shirt off and I get on stage, I look pretty damn good. So again, because I'm seasoned and I understand how to train, I'm decreasing my weight so that I can still challenge myself, but hit my rep range. There's no need to rush. No need to rush. Hey. Hey. Whew. Yeah. Oh. 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 Or yeah. So your muscles don't recognize the weight, they recognize the tension. So that was lighter and it was still a difficult set because my muscles are fatigued. You know, you're gonna learn a lot following my training program. We almost done. My posterior day. So your hamstrings and your glutes are a part of your posterior. So to get extra sets in my posterior, I throw in a few posterior lower body exercises on my back days. That allows me to train my hamstrings multiple times a week, which still need to come up. Same thing with my glutes and my calves. But you know, we're at the end right now, so we're kind of fatigued. My goal when I do a prone or lying down leg curl is to think of driving my hips into the pad. Your hamstrings tie into your glutes. So anytime you see people do this exercises and they're hinging, they're not training their full hamstring. So my goal is to drive my hips into the pad before I curl with my legs so that my glutes are engaged and my hamstring is being trained from glute down to my kneecap, basically. Oh. Ooh. 65. It wasn't light, but it wasn't heavy. So I'm gonna go up one, and we're only doing 2 sets here. So my goal is to increase my strength on here every time I come back to this exercise. Oh. 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 Yeah, that was it. All right, we got one more exercise. Deficit dips. This is our last exercise in this rotation on this day. The goal is to drive through my heels, feel my hamstrings and my glutes engaging in my erectors, my lower back. I don't want this weight to slam off the ground. I want to control it in both directions. I don't care about what it looked like, other than it look like I have supreme control. I want it to look like this is easy, even though it's really not. Even on that last rep, I control it down, and notice how I never let that bar get away from me. Keep that bar on my body. I got it up my shins, my knees, my thighs, and back down. Control, control, control. You guys are gonna watch me work back up to my normal working weight on things like this. Can I do it now? Yes, but There's no point in rushing. I got my sights set on 2027. So right now I'm in my health rebound phase, and another process I'm going through right now before I start another push for 2027. So the goal is to maintain and continue to build and develop. So when I get into my first push, I get back up to 235, 240, and I let myself sit there to redefine my look. So the next time I cut down under 212, I look like nothing anybody's ever seen, especially for somebody in their 40s. Now I shouldn't have did that, but my lower back is tapped. It was the last exercise. Great job. My goal is to improve every time I come back. So stay tuned. Tomorrow will be my push day. I'm about to hop in the shower and get ready for my day.